My mom didn't whisper. She didn't flinch. She just looked across the table and said, "We used your college fund for your sister's IVF." My sister smiled. My father looked away. And I said one word that froze the entire room. Refund. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I didn't even blink. I just set my fork down and looked at the three people who spent my whole life teaching me to go last, wait longer, and accept less. My mom stared back calmly, as if she'd told me we were out of milk. My sister Bianca smirked like she was waiting for me to congratulate her. My father pretended to polish his water glass with a napkin, avoiding the moment he helped create. Refund. The word didn't echo. It sliced. It peeled the air apart. And suddenly every crack in our family, the favoritism, the excuses, the invisible sacrifices, lit up like a map I'd been blind to. Bianca cocked her head. "Camila, don't overreact." Overreact? My entire future had been treated like spare change. For most of my life I let things slide. Bianca got the expensive dance classes. Bianca got the car. Bianca got the brand name everything. My parents always said the same thing. "You're the easy one. You understand." But easy didn't mean disposable. That night, after the plates were cleared and the house fell quiet, I lay on my bed staring at the ceiling, repeating the sentence my mother spoke with the confidence of someone who believed I'd never push back. "We used your college fund for your sister's IVF." I didn't know yet that this was only the beginning. The fund was gone, but the betrayal was just getting started. The next morning, I checked my bank account during my lunch break at work. I wasn't expecting good news, but I wasn't expecting a disaster either. The balance. $0. I blinked. Refreshed the page. Nothing changed. Then my eyes slid to the bottom of the screen. Credit score drop. 112 points. New loan opened. Not by me. For a moment, my hands went cold. Someone hadn't just emptied my future. They'd borrowed more of it and signed my name to it. There were only 3 people who had access to my information. The same people who smiled at me across the dinner table like nothing had changed. When I confronted my mom that evening, she didn't even turn around fully. "Camila, don't start. You're making this dramatic. Did you use my information?" I asked. "We did what we had to do," she snapped. "Bianca wants to be a mother. You're young, you'll recover." There it was again. That sentence. "You're young." As if that made theft acceptable. As if my dreams had an unlimited expiration date. Bianca strutted in with a mug she wasn't drinking from. "Oh please," she said. "Some things are more important than school." My future wasn't a donation. And I was done acting Lee. It was. For days I walked through life like someone had unplugged the sun. I went to work, answered emails, sat through meetings, but in my mind, I kept seeing the same thing. An empty account and a loan with my stolen signature. One evening, I finally pulled everything out. Statements, pay stubs, every document I had. I spread them across my tiny kitchen table like puzzle pieces. And the picture they formed was ugly. Withdrawals matching the clinic payments. Charges timed with Bianca's appointments. Personal details used without permission. My mother always collected my mail to help me stay organized. My father always asked for my social security card for taxes. Bianca always assumed my life was flexible. But this wasn't flexibility. This was extraction. I called my closest friend, Jade, and showed her everything. She stared for a long time, then whispered, "Camila, this wasn't an accident. This was planned." Planned. That word settled deep in my bones. That night, I made a decision. No yelling. No begging. No second chances. If my family wanted to treat my life like a resource, then I would treat the TR like a weapon. The next day, I drove to my parents' house with a folder under my arm. Inside, every lie they hoped I'd never see. My mother was folding towels. Bianca lounged on the couch scrolling through her phone. Dad kept his eyes lowered, as usual. I set the folder down. "What's this?" my mom asked. "Proof," I said. "Of everything I didn't agree to." Bianca rolled her eyes. "Here we go again." "No," I said calmly. "Here's what's going to happen." They all looked at me then, really looked. For once, None of them saw the easy one. If you want to discuss this, I continued, meet me at the clinic tomorrow at 3. Bianca laughed. Why would we do that? Because, I said, it's time you all heard the truth from someone who doesn't take sides. My mom stiffened. My dad's face fell. Bianca finally set her phone down. I walked out before anyone could argue. For the first time in years, the air didn't feel heavy. It felt sharp, bright, alive, like the mom. And before a storm breaks. The clinic waiting room smelled like lavender and disinfectant. Too calm for what was about to happen. Bianca strutted in first, chin raised like she owned the building. Her husband, Daniel, hovered behind her. My parents arrived together but looked anything but united. We were led into a private consultation room. White walls. Soft lighting. A round table built for honesty. They didn't know I had already spoken to the doctor. When Dr. Malika Singh entered, Bianca straightened like a student preparing to charm a teacher. Thanks for being here, the doctor said gently. There seems to be some confusion about the recent treatments. Confusion. Bianca laughed. My family just misunderstands things. No, Dr. Singh replied softly. I think we should talk clearly. Then she turned to Bianca. When you first came to us, we discussed the root of your fertility challenges. Bianca stiffened. Daniel looked at the floor. You've known from the beginning, the doctor continued, that your own results were healthy. The difficulty conceiving wasn't yours. Silence hit the room like a dropped plate. My mother gasped. My father's shoulders caved. Bianca's face drained of color. That's private. Bianca hissed. I'm only clarifying what you openly discussed in prior appointments, Dr. Singh said. Bianca wasn't the one struggling. Daniel was. And my entire future had been stolen to protect Bianca's pride. I slid the folder onto the table. This, I said, is everything taken without my permission. Bianca stared as if it were a bomb. Loans. Withdrawals. Identity theft. All tied to her treatments. And to her ego. I just wanted a chance at a family, she whispered. You could have asked, I said softly. You didn't have the right to take. My mother looked between us, eyes filling with guilt. Bianca, why didn't you tell us Daniel was the one struggling? Because. Bianca snapped. Because people judge women less. Because I didn't want to look weak. So you made me the weak one? I asked. My father finally spoke. We'll take care of the loan. It wasn't an apology. But it was an admission. I took a slow breath. From today on, I said, any debt in my name gets handled legally. Any financial tie between us ends now. Bianca glared. So that's it? You think you're better than us? No, I whispered. I just finally think I'm enough. No one responded. They weren't shocked because I accused them. They were shocked because, for the first time, I didn't CK down. The world didn't fall apart after that meeting. It just settled differently. My father paid off the loan quietly. He never said sorry, but he fixed what he could. My mother called twice. I didn't answer. Her voicemails were full of clipped sentences and excuses. Bianca called once. I deleted it without listening. Daniel messaged me privately. All I can say is I'm sorry. I should have spoken sooner. His honesty surprised me more than anything. Without my funds supporting Bianca's treatments, the financial pressure finally hit her directly. The glamorous updates she always posted vanished overnight. The perfect photos stopped. The cracks showed. Meanwhile, I moved into a small apartment farther from my parents. Cheap, imperfect mine. Sunlight poured across the floor in the morning like an apology from the universe. There's a strange peace in rebuilding your life after someone else tried to steal it. Jade brought takeout one night and said, "You look lighter." And she was right. Not healed, but healing. I worked on my college applications late into the night. I wrote essays about resilience, independence, and the power of choosing yourself. Stories I never planned to have but now own completely. And when I hit submit on my first application, something inside me settled. This wasn't just paperwork. It was recovery. For a long time, I believed protecting family meant letting myself shrink. I thought love meant sacrifice, even when the sacrifice was only coming from one direction. But that day in the clinic didn't just expose their lies. It exposed my silence. And silence, I learned, is the easiest thing to steal from someone. Walking out of that clinic wasn't revenge. It was survival. Submitting those college applications, doing it alone, was my refund. Not in dollars but in dignity. In direction. In taking back the future they tried to erase. I'm not the background character in my family anymore. I'm the person writing my own story. And if you've ever had to fight for the future that was supposed to be yours, if you've ever been told you're young enough to recover, just know this. You don't have to wait for anyone to choose you. You can choose yourself. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.